Link is riding his horse on his way to Hyrule Castle. Hey, doesn't this look familiar? Haven't we seen this before? I'm having a sudden deja vu here. Link riding his horse to Hyrule Castle. In fact, the cutscene is entirely the same. Are you sure this is a different game? Yes, people, don't worry, this is a different game. It may start exactly the same as the previous game that we actually played. But now we are actually going to be continuing with the dual release that is known as the Oracle games. Once again, the Triforce is going to ask Link to actually solve a problem in a faraway land. But this time, it is not going to be Labrina. Link will be transported to a different land, which is also in trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons. Hello everyone, Treecks here, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda. The last game I played, The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages, is known for actually having a twin brother. The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons. Two games that can actually be played in any order you want. You can even play them separately, as you may know. They're not per se the same game, they're not per se continuations of each other, but they can be. And therefore I think it is fun to actually play the games like that. Like I promised back in the day when I played The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages. Now, it is the time to play Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons. And indeed, I will be actually covering it as a linked game. Continuing the story from The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages, which we can do, as you may remember, if you've also watched The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages project. The game actually did end with somewhat of an open ending, with Twin Rova actually promising there's going to be more trouble, that this was just going to be the beginning, and then the game actually ending by giving us a password. And that password we can use to actually continue the story in this game. The game itself won't really change that much, so don't worry. The basic game is still going to be the same. There's just going to be some extra story that is going to be told. And of course, we are going to have something extra at the ending of the game as well, whenever we play as linked. But what a linked game will actually be precisely is something we will meet up with when we play the game. And with the pretty recent release of The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, the newest game in this series, which is also kind of from this category, you might say. The Oracle games are of course based on the original Link's Awakening. And Echoes of Wisdom is a game that is made in the style of the remake of Link's Awakening. So they both have a link, get it, link, with Link's Awakening. So this game is even in that sense perfect to play right now. Of course, the file itself is going to be empty. It's not like the game is going to recognize, hey, you've played Oracle of Ages on this system, and therefore I'm immediately going to give you a linked save file. It doesn't work like that. Here, back in the Game Boy Color days, we actually needed to do this manually. As you can see, we can just play the game as a new game, starting the story from this game, which is of course also possible to do. It is also possible to first complete Seasons, of course, and then link the game to Ages. I just happen to do it the other way around. There's two ways you can actually link the game, by inputting a password or using the link cable. That was of course also a thing in the Game Boy Color days. Here on the emulated version, I'm of course not going to be able to use a game link, and therefore inputting the password is my way to actually link the games together. And just be warned, this is not going to be the only time I'm going to be inputting a secret password. While playing the game, we are actually going to be meeting up with a lot more, which will actually bring us back to The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages as well, but more about that later. Let's first actually put in our passwords that we received after completing the Oracle of Ages game. Lowercase y. And then these two right beside each other. Arrow to the right. More things pointing to the right. Capital R. Heart. That's over here. Lowercase s. Diamond. Capital T, capital D. Left arrow. 9. And then 5 more. We've got the lowercase jr. And then we've got square. And then we finish off with 38. Hopefully this is going to be correct, otherwise this Let's Play is going to be over really soon. But it looks like this is actually my password. Yeah, it looks like it is correct. It actually inputs the name Treecks now, so this was indeed correct. This way, if we actually now play the game, as you can see, we are going to be the same Link, which is called Treecks, that actually completed the adventure of the Oracle of Ages already. And now it is time for us to actually begin our second adventure in the Oracle scene. First, because of this being a linked game, the story will continue where the last game ended. Viren, Sorceress of Shadows. Twin Rofa will not let your deeds be wasted. Look, Viren. The troubles that you caused now burn as the flame of sorrow. When the flames of destruction and despair are also lit, we will offer up our sacrifice. And the dark rites of the Gerudo will be complete. Then the evil king shall return. Oh dear, this is all about the evil king returning. But after the last adventure, the first flame is already burning. And Twin Rofa is scheming to actually make the other two lit up as well. Except our second quest hero. Link is thrown back into a far-away land for the second time. Hey! There's just a random kid lying on the floor over here. Well, it looks like we are awake now. Let's go see where we actually are. Oh, looks like the girl that found us did not drag us very far. This is where we were lying just now. Oh, yeah. Looks like some sort of performers group. People singing, dancing. A lot of instruments. And Impa also seems to be here. Treecks, you have awakened. It is me, Impa, Zelda's nurse. Din, the dancing girl, found you collapsed on the forest floor. She cared for you through your nightmares. Are you better? Then listen, Treecks. When I returned to Hyrule, Zelda told me that in addition to Nehru, Din, the Oracle of Seasons, was also in danger. So, as she requested, we have posed as a traveling troupe, so we can sneak Din into Hyrule. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. If we can actually get the second Oracle into Hyrule, then there's no way Twin Rofa can actually get to her. We're working undercover here, by the looks of it. You've awakened. Good. I worried the whole time you slept. You're Treecks, right? How do you do, Treecks? I am Din. You are the one who saved Nehru, the Oracle of Ages, in Labrina. I saw a red flash in the woods, and when I went to see what it was, you were lying there. I am glad you're feeling better. Come, won't you dance with me? Alright, let's dance. Not too sure how to do that in a game like this, but let's go talk to the other troupe members first. You're awake. Please, relax. Join our jovial troupe of performers for a bit. That is just our guys. I can't say it too loud, but we are really Hylian knights. Oh, even the other members of the troupe are actually Hylians. No need to actually go over all of this dialogue. They're going to be pretty much the same ones for everyone, so let's quickly go over all of them. Because I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to continue otherwise. Right, after talking to everyone, we need to talk to Din again. Don't be shy. Dancing will ease your heart. Yeah. Oh, Link doesn't look like he's too comfortable dancing. Din is a lot more of a natural, it looks like. That was fun. You're a good dancer. It has been some time since I've had so much fun. Hey, your left hand has Triforce on it. That is the sacred symbol in Hyrule. If it is the true symbol, then you are a hero with a special fate, Treecks. Like Nehru, I am also a target, but I refuse to fall, no matter the enemy. And my heart lifts when Treecks is beside me. Let us dance. Yeah. Oh. I think this is our cue for trouble. Yeah. I found you, Din. You hid yourself well, but you cannot escape Onox, General of Darkness. It looks like the next bad guy is going to make his appearance. The successor to Viren. And apparently he has tornado powers. So, you're the boy who defeated Viren, Sorceress of Shadows. I will not fall as easily as she. Whoa. Ah, Treecks! Ah. No! Wind is too strong, help! And thus, Din also gets captured, just like Nehru in the previous game. And here he is. What do you plan to do with me? As you know, if I imprison the Oracle of Seasons and bury the temple that houses the season spirits, the seasons of Holodrum will be cast into chaos. The bountiful gifts of nature will rot, and all living things perish. That is the world of darkness that I long for. No, Onox, no! Gwahahaha! Boom. Yeah! Well, there's also a way to imprison someone. Down, Temple of Seasons! Spring, summer, fall and winter! Fall into chaos! Well, in the previous game we played on this channel, we actually saw a castle being lifted into the sky. In this game, a temple is being actually dragged under the ground. The exact opposite. But because of this being the temple that actually houses the spirits of all seasons, the seasons are going to be in total chaos. Gwahahaha! And we are lying on the forest floor again. Oh, Link. You're having such a good time so far in this game. Treecks, are you alright? That which Zelda foresaw has come to pass. First Labrina, and now Holodrum has come to an hour of tribulation. Treecks, I always come to you in need. But there is no one else I can count on. Please, will you rescue Din? Please, take my message to the Maku tree in Horon village. The Maku tree is the guardian of all Holodrum. Surely, he can help. Oh, another tree. Hopefully this one's not going to be falling in love with me. I still have nightmares from the previous Maku tree. Well, anyway, we've got control again. Now that the introduction is over, we can actually check out our pause screen and find out it works precisely the same as in Oracle of Ages. With one difference, because of this being a linked game, we are already equipped with our sword. Entering Horon village, we can actually already see a difference in the seasons. It is actually springtime here in Horon village. Well, north of it, it is actually winter for some reason. Clearly, there's indeed something wrong with the seasons. One screen, it can actually be spring, and in the next one, it can be winter. Let's go talk to the locals. This is Horon village. Hey, I've never seen you before. The Maku tree? Oh, head east. Right, thank you for the directions. And I also want to play around with this flower, by the way. Looks like fun. Get away, kids, this is my flower. So awesome. Just remember this mechanic. This is going to be a spring mechanic, of course. We'll be meeting up with that a lot more later on. Now, let's go head east. Oh, here we actually find something familiar. Just like in Oracle of Ages, this game of course also has a ring shop. This is also a very big aspect when it comes to the linked games. Good to see you. Welcome to Vasu Jewelers. Oh, you don't have a ring box? I like you, so here, take this ring box. And that way we can regain our level 1 ring box. Just remember, whenever playing a linked game, the ring box that you actually had from the previous game, whether it be Oracle of Seasons or Ages, does not matter which one you played first, actually does not automatically come with you whenever playing a linked game. We actually need to use these snakes. In my case, that is going to be this red snake. The red snake is going to be able to tell you a password. And with that password you can actually equip all of the rings from the other game. So if I go to Oracle of Ages and talk to the red snake there, I will get the password, which I can actually use to get the rings from that game in this save file here in Seasons. That is something I will be doing next time. Now, one other thing I actually want to talk about when it comes to The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages. There's one thing I actually forgot to do in that game, and that is because I usually never do it, and it's also not required, because you never get the reward for it, but I think in this game, to still give it somewhat of coverage, I will actually start working with this family. Hi, I'm Bipin, the expert arborist. I know plenty about trees. Now, let me tell you something. Blossom and I just had our first child. Yes, we did. Have a look. A baby, huh? I'm Blossom. This is my first child, a healthy baby boy. But I'm having trouble choosing a name. Can you help me think of one? What would you call him? That's a good question. Since I actually call my own character Treecks, let's call this baby Link. You would name him Link? Yeah, I would name him Link. We are playing a linked game after all, so... It's a fine name. And that is what I'll call him. He seems happy to have it. Come visit us anytime. Yeah, and like I said, during Oracle of Ages, whenever you come to this house in multiple time periods in the game, things will actually change for this family. But for now, the only thing that is available is actually naming the baby and nothing more. So, with that quickly taken care of, I think it is time to take a look at this Maku tree. We need to continue with the introduction of the story. Normally, just like in Oracle of Ages, we actually need to get our sword first, which we can find in a hero cave, similar to what we saw in Lina Village. But this is a linked game, so we already have it. The Hero's Cave is still going to be accessible in a linked game, but it is actually going to have a different function, something I will actually talk about in a minute. But if you actually play from a new game, and this is actually the first game you play of the two, or you're just playing this game, then we first need to go to the Hero's Cave to actually get our level 1 sword. But because of starting from a password game, we already have it equipped by default. Just like we already have the first heart container of the game by default. Here is the Maku tree of Oracle of Seasons. Very happy to see this time around it is actually a male. But he also seems to be very sleepy. So, let's go, wake him up. Whoa. Who's that? Did you wake me? Who are you? What? Din was taken while I slept? Yeah, great job sleeping through that. There's no sign of the Temple of Seasons? This is awful. Guarding the Oracle is my duty. Yeah, and it looks like you actually did a very good job with that. Just falling asleep. Alas, how I've withered. What's to be done, Treecks? With the seasons in chaos, the land is robbed of the very essence of nature, draining all of my might. Can you save Din in my stead? It is all this Maku tree has ever asked. I sense evil on the northern peak, where the Temple of Seasons rested. Onox has cast a shadow on the northern peak. I think you will find him there. You will need the 8 essences of nature that lie sleeping in Holodrum. Gathering all 8 is the only option. The essences possess the sacred power of nature, with which you can break the shadow barrier and save Din. Shall I repeat it? No, it was all loud and clear. Very similar to what we did in Aegis. Then I will give you this key. Go to the giant root near the lake up north. The first essence should be there. But I'd expect some resistance. Be careful. I will just, rest until... Oh, no energy. Snore. We get the Gnarled key. The key to the first dungeon in the game. And this guy has proven himself to be completely useless, so let's go leave him. And actually go take a look at some other things. Here in Horon village there is a couple of things we can do technically, but for now I think it is better to save most of the things. And let's go take a look at that hero cave quickly. Normally, if you don't actually have a linked game, this is where we need to go. Leaving the village on the west side and entering the area west of Horon village, where the hero cave will actually be located. In order to get to it, we need to go downwards, right over there, on the beach. That is going to be the hero cave. However, there's also going to be a well right beside it, and if we actually go down through there, we will find a 20 rupee chest. This is a ledge that we can normally not access if we go from the normal entrance of the hero cave. Now, of course, we're not going to be able to do this cave. In a linked game, this is actually going to be an end game dungeon instead of beginning of the game dungeon. But this guy will actually talk about it, I'm pretty sure. Well, we are at the beginning of the game and therefore we have 0 skills, so it is way too early for us to actually go in here. Whenever the game is not linked, we actually need to start the game here. This is where we actually find the wooden sword in a simple dungeon. But whenever the game is linked, the simple dungeon is transformed into a very complicated one. Where we actually need to use every single item in the game, including the ones that we actually find in the final dungeons. And therefore, in a linked game, we are not starting in the hero's cave, but we are actually doing it all the way in the end. There's also a fairy fountain in this area, so you can also remember that. That is not per se that important. For now, I think we've got an introduction episode. Next time we are going to start this game by going towards the first dungeon. We already have the key for it after all. The next oracle has also been kidnapped and we need to start saving another one. Treecks out! I will see you in the next one.